Have you ever met someone and just instantly clicked? Or maybe the opposite, where you felt an immediate nope for no real reason. You might think it's just a gut feeling, but there's a fascinating science behind why we make these snap judgments. It turns out, the first few seconds of meeting someone are incredibly decisive, and our brains are doing some serious heavy lifting during that tiny window of time. Today, we're diving deep into the psychology and biology of first impressions, exploring what really happens in those crucial moments that determine whether you'll like someone or not. It's a mix of ancient survival instincts, lightning-fast brain processing, and subtle social cues you might not even be aware of. Stick around, because what you learn might just change the way you see every new person you meet. Let's start with the big one: nonverbal communication. Experts suggest that over half of our initial impression of someone comes not from what they say, but from their body language. Think about it. Before a single word is exchanged, you're already taking in their posture, their gestures, and their facial expressions. Are they standing tall and open, or are they hunched and closed off? A confident, open posture with uncrossed arms signals friendliness and trustworthiness. Your brain, which is wired for survival, interprets this as a non-threat. On the other hand, someone who avoids eye contact, fidgets, or keeps their arms crossed might be perceived as nervous, dishonest, or unwelcoming. It's an unconscious scanning process that happens in a flash, and then there's the power of a smile. A genuine smile, one that reaches the eyes, often called a Duchenne smile, is a universal signal of warmth and happiness. When you see one, your brain's reward circuits can actually light up, making you feel good and more positively inclined towards the person. It's like a social green light. Your own brain might even trigger you to mirror that smile, creating a positive feedback loop that strengthens the initial connection. This happens so fast you don't even have time to consciously process it. Your brain has already decided, this person is friendly, I feel good around them. Another crucial factor is your voice. The tone, pitch, and speed of someone's chest speech can tell you a lot about their emotional state and personality before you even register the words themselves. A warm, moderately pitched voice is often associated with authority and confidence, making the speaker seem more credible and likable. A voice that goes up in pitch at the end of sentences might make someone sound uncertain, while speaking too quickly can come across as nervous. Your brain is a master at decoding these vocal cues. It's comparing them to a vast internal library of experiences to quickly categorize the person. Is this person a leader, a follower? Are they anxious, calm? All of this happens subconsciously in the first few seconds of hearing them speak. Now let's talk about something a little more primal: pheromones and scent. While we humans aren't as scent-driven as many other animals, our sense of smell still plays a subtle but powerful role in attraction and social bonding. Each person has a unique scent signature, influenced by their genetics, diet, and even their immune system. Studies have shown that we are often subconsciously drawn to people with a different immune system from our own. This is nature's clever way of promoting genetic diversity, ensuring potential offspring are healthier. So that instant chemistry you feel? It might partly be your nose picking up on subconscious cues that signal a good genetic match. It's not something you can consciously smell, but your brain gets the message loud and clear. Appearance, of course, also plays a part. But it's not just about conforming to conventional standards of beauty. Our brains are incredibly quick at noticing details that signal health and self-care. Things like clear skin, bright eyes, and a healthy posture are all indicators of vitality. Grooming is another big one. Whether someone's style is polished or alternative, a look that appears intentional and cared for suggests self-respect, which we often interpret as a sign that they'll respect others too. It is less about a specific look and more about the message of, I take care of myself. This signals to our brain that this person is likely responsible and stable. There's also a powerful psychological phenomenon at play called the halo effect. This is a cognitive bias where our overall impression of a person influences how we feel and think about their character. If your first impression is positive, maybe they have a warm smile and confident posture, you are more likely to assume they are also intelligent, kind, and funny, even without any evidence. The first positive trait creates a halo that makes everything else about them seem better. The opposite is also true. A negative first impression, perhaps due to a limp handshake or avoiding eye contact, can create a horns effect, where you're more likely to assume negative qualities about them. This is why those first few seconds are so high stakes. They set the tone for the entire future interaction. So how can you use this science to your advantage? How can you make sure you're putting your best foot forward in those first few seconds? First, be mindful of your body language. Stand up straight, keep your posture open, and don't be afraid to take up a little space. It projects confidence and openness. Second, make eye contact. It is one of the most powerful ways to build rapport and show you re-engaged and trustworthy. Just be sure it's natural, not an intense stare-down. A good rule of thumb is to hold eye contact for a few seconds at a time. Third, offer a genuine smile. Let it reach your eyes. Think of something that makes you happy right before you meet someone new. That authenticity will shine through and make the other person feel instantly more comfortable. Fourth, pay attention to your handshake, if the situation calls for one. A firm, not-crushing handshake with good palm-to-palm contact signals confidence and respect. And finally, listen. Even in a brief introduction, showing that you are actively listening by nodding and giving verbal affirmations makes the other person feel valued and seen. It shifts the focus from me to we, which is the foundation of any good connection. But what if you're on the receiving end and you want to be a better judge of character, to see beyond your own snap judgments? The key is awareness. Now that you know about the halo effect and these other unconscious biases, you can actively challenge your first impressions. If you find yourself immediately liking someone, ask yourself why. Is it their great smile, or have they actually demonstrated kindness? If you feel an instant dislike, take a moment to question it. Are they actually unfriendly, or are they just nervous? Sometimes the person who makes a poor first impression is just having a bad day. Giving people a little grace and a second chance can open you up to amazing friendships and connections you might have otherwise missed. Ultimately, the science of first impressions tells us that our brains are incredibly efficient, but not always perfectly accurate. They use mental shortcuts to keep us safe and help us navigate a complex social world. While those initial 3 seconds are powerful in setting the stage, they aren't the whole story. True connection is built over time through shared experiences, conversation, and mutual understanding. The first impression is just the opening scene of a much larger play. So next time you meet someone, appreciate the incredible work your brain is doing in that moment, but remember to stay open and curious. You never know who you might really be meeting. Thank you so much for watching. What are your experiences with instant connections or snap judgments? Share your stories in the comments below. I'd love to read them. If you found this video interesting, please give it a thumbs up and subscribe for more deep dives into the fascinating world of human psychology. See you in the next one.